All right, Joe, now on your next take, can you make it orange? I need you to speak more from the pancreas. I need 40% more of 20%.
Hey guys, Joe Zieja here, founder of LearnVoiceActing.com. I have been behind the mic for 12 years now, completed over 8,000 jobs, 50,000 auditions, and I've made it my job and mission here at LearnVoiceActing.com to empower the next generation of actors to take control of their careers, no matter their experience level, and drive their careers however they want without asking for permission. And because I've done that many jobs, I can tell you with complete confidence you will, at some point in your career, get terrible direction. Not tough to interpret direction, not like a little vague. I'm talking about the kind of feedback that makes you question whether you and the client are even speaking the same language. Why does bad direction happen? Before we talk about how to handle it, let's be fair. Most people giving you direction aren't trained directors. It might be a marketing intern with a script they just got handed 20 minutes ago. It might be the CEO who kind of thinks directing just means telling you how they would say it. It might be someone who's never worked with a VO artist before and has no idea how to translate an idea into performance language, which is really an art. That's why you pay directors money. In other words, it's not usually malice, right? It's just a lack of a shared vocabulary. Putting art, like what we do, into words is really, really hard. So cut them some slack, okay? Step one, take the ego out of it. If you go into a live session thinking your job is to prove how talented you are, bad direction's gonna feel like a personal insult. Your actual job in these situations is to make the client feel like they're getting what they need, even if what they're asking for makes zero sense, okay? This is not about selling your artistic soul and saying, oh, this is gonna ruin my career if I perform this badly. No, it's about understanding that voice acting is a service business, right? You are there to give the client what they want and what they need. You are there to make their job easier by following their direction, even if it's not always great. Step two, translate their language. When you get nonsense like, make it sound more excited but slower, your brain wants to say, that's not a thing. If I'm gonna be excited, I have to be fat, whatever, right? Your actor brain goes, all right, what can I do to do both of these things simultaneously? What can I do to give the impression of excitement while not going any faster? Or really, what are they actually asking for? Maybe they want higher energy and tone, but more deliberate pacing. Or if they give you a direction like, make it sound like you're talking to a room of one, but also projecting to a stadium. What they probably want here is a warm sort of intimacy, the kind of one-on-one conversation, but still articulate and present. The scene there might be like talking to a friend, but in a bar, right? You have to talk over someone, but you're still gonna have that intimate passion that you get when you talk to a single person. In a way, part of your job description is a little bit of mind reading. You're a professional interpreter between the client language and the performance language. And the more experience you get, the easier this is gonna be to accomplish. Step three, give them options. One of the easiest ways to deal with bad direction is to just stop debating it and give it to them. Give them what they asked for, even if it's weird, even if you think it's wrong. Then, maybe, if you're feeling comfortable, give them an alternate read that you think or you know works better. I call this the yes and approach, right? Yes, I can do that, and this. For take one, give them what they say they want. And for take two, give them what you think they want. Because those two aren't always the same thing. Step four, don't over-explain. If they like something weird, let them like it. Your job is not to educate them into your personal taste, right? I once had a client who loved a take where my voice kind of like cracked slightly in the middle of a sentence. They thought it sounded natural and real. And I was like, I don't know, it feels like that's not appropriate. I think it was like a corporate video, right? Where that wouldn't have made sense, but they loved it. And I just had to let it go. They were happy. That means I did my job. And guess what? They paid me. End of story. Step five, keep the session moving. A bad direction spiral happens when the client starts chasing some mythical perfect take and you start to kind of psychoanalyze what they mean. You could start doubting yourself, all that stuff. Your best weapon here is momentum. Acknowledge their note, adjust something obvious, roll the next take. Half the time, the note was more about them wanting to feel involved than actually changing the performance. This happens a lot in commercial sessions when there are 12 people listening to you and everybody kind of feels like they have to justify their existence. And that's okay. If you absolutely have to push back in direction, you're gonna have to give them some really specific parameters. For example, this happens to me a lot. I'm in a commercial session for a 30-second spot and they tell me to slow down. I'll say, I'm gonna slow down, but we're gonna bust time. Here we go. right? You just set a good expectation and see if you can do it. And they'll go, all right, yeah, I guess you do have to speed it up. I wonder if we can cut some language. It becomes a collaborative process then, right? The bottom line is this. Once you stop expecting direction to be perfect, it stops frustrating you. If you walk into every session thinking my job is to solve the puzzle of what they want, their casting problem, bad direction becomes, well, it's still bad direction, right? But it's way less personal. It's like being a chef who gets an order for something kind of sweet, but also salty and a little crunchy. You can roll your eyes, or you can make salted caramel popcorn. Then you could be a hero. Clients remember the actors who make sessions easy. If you can roll with the punches, if you can roll with vague, contradictory, or flat out weird direction without getting flustered, you're gonna get rehired. Even over actors who might be more technically skilled, but more difficult to work with in the booth. The job isn't just about delivering a great performance. It's about delivering a great experience for that client. Inside the Voice Acting Academy, I go through what I call the spectacular session. It's a 8-step process where I take you through connection and direction and reflection and then getting paid, right? It's a way to make sure that each session you have with a client ends smoothly. In addition to 30 hours of other content about how to start your career from scratch and start finding work on your own, again, without asking for permission. Thank you guys so much for stopping by LearnVoiceActing.com. I hope this helps you take and interpret direction from people in all sorts of different scenarios better. And again, empowers you to take control of your career the way that you want to. Thanks for stopping by. Go get behind the mic.